guys, and welcome back. Well, what if you got married and just 48 hours later it was all over? Now, I know it sounds like a Hollywood script, but it's the real life story of music legend Toni Braxton and rap mogul Birdman. Now, their whirlwind wedding ended almost as soon as it began, igniting wild rumors of a record-breaking $160 million alimony demand. But the real story behind their nearly 2-decade relationship, their 2-day marriage, and where they are today is even more unbelievable than the headlines. Now, honey, this isn't just another celebrity drama. It's a maze of secret ceremonies, lightning fast separations, and legal papers that appear and disappear. Was this a calculated money grab for Toni, or just a messy explosion of a very long, very complicated love story? Now, we're going to break down the timeline, connect the dots, and uncover the truth buried under all the speculation. Now, if you love getting to the bottom of Hollywood's biggest mysteries, make sure you subscribe right now because you won't want to miss a single detail. Now, the 18-year road to the altar. Now, before the 48-hour marriage, there was a long and winding history between Toni Braxton and Brian Birdman Williams. Now, this wasn't some whirlwind romance. It started as a friendship that went back nearly 20 years. Now, for most of that time, they were just two power players in the music industry who ran in the same circles. Now, Toni, the queen of R&B, with a voice that could mend a broken heart, and Birdman, the co-founder of Cash Money Records, a label that completely changed the sound of hip-hop. Now, for years, their public meetups were rare but always friendly. The story started to change in 2016 as she battled lupus. Now, Toni revealed that Birdman had become a huge source of support for her. That friendship finally blossomed into a romance, and they went public as a couple at the BET Awards that year. Now, it seemed like an odd match to everybody, but for them, it felt natural. Now, Toni Braxton often called him a true gentleman and a protective partner, nothing like the tough mogul persona the world knew. Now, he was her BB, a soft side that was a world away from the Birdman everyone else saw. Now, in February 2018, they confirmed the rumors. They were engaged. Now, Birdman proposed with a massive, flashy yellow diamond ring that was impossible to miss. But getting to the altar wasn't easy. Just a year later, in 2019, they appeared to call off the engagement, wiping each other from their Instagram feeds. But then they were spotted together again, leaving everyone confused. Now, this became their signature move, on again, off again. One minute they were single, the next they were back together. Now, as late as December 2023, Toni shot down marriage rumors on Instagram, posting hashtag fake news and writing, "My dear friend at Birdman and I are not married, never been married. We are both single." This constant back and forth painted a picture of a passionate but volatile relationship, setting the stage for a shocking twist nobody saw coming. Now, the unraveling of 48-hour marriage. Now, after years of speculation and a relationship in constant motion, Toni and Birdman did the one thing no one expected. They got married in total secrecy. Now, on August 8th last year, the couple officially tied the knot. That's August 8, 2024. There were no big announcement, no splashy magazine cover. The world only found out they were married because they were getting a divorce. You hear me? Yeah. And here's where the story gets truly wild, y'all. Just 2 days after their secret wedding, on August 10th, 2024, they separated. Do you hear me? That date was listed right there in the official divorce documents Toni Braxton filed only 2 weeks after her wedding day. Now, in the filing, her attorney called the marriage irretrievable broken. Now, the speed of it all was stunning. A nearly 2-decade journey had ended in a 48-hour union. The news blew up. How could a relationship that survived so much public drama fall apart in less time than a weekend trip? Now, the phrase irretrievable broken sounded so final, suggesting something. What would go so wrong so fast? A huge fight, a sudden realization, or something else entirely? Now, both Toni and Birdman stayed completely silent, which only left more room for rumors to grow. Now, the secret wedding followed by the instant divorce filing created the perfect storm for a truly explosive theory to catch fire. Now, the money plot, a $160 million question. Now, with a marriage that barely lasted a weekend, everyone was asking the same question. Why? With no official explanation, the internet did what it does best and started speculating. Now, the biggest theory was that the entire marriage was just a setup for an enormous payday. The number that started floating around was a jaw-dropping $160 million. Now, the rumor wasn't random. It was fueled by Birdman's massive fortune, with his net worth estimated to be in the ballpark of $150 to $160 million. Now, a narrative quickly took shape. Toni Braxton had finally locked down a legal commitment after 2 decades, only to end it right away to claim a piece of this man's empire. Now, the story spread like wildfire on social media, with people pointing to it as a cautionary tale. However, it's crucial to separate rumor from reality. To this day, there has been zero official confirmation or any public court document to back up a $160 million alimony demand. It's pure speculation, a figure born from online gossip that fit the dramatic story. Now, legally speaking, getting that kind of alimony from a 48-hour marriage is nearly impossible. Now, spousal support is typically based on the length of the marriage and the standard of living during the marriage. Now, a 2-day union offers almost no legal ground for such a massive claim. Now, the $160 million plot was a great story, but it was all fiction. And just when it seemed the situation couldn't get any stranger, oh baby, believe me, it did. Now, just as everyone was wrapping their heads around the 48-hour marriage and the rumored $160 million plot, the story took its most bizarre turn yet. Now, in January of this year, 2025, 5 months after the explosive divorce filing, Toni Braxton quietly filed to have the entire thing dismissed. Birdman signed off on it, and just like that, the divorce was off. Now, this move threw every theory out of the window. If the plan was a quick, massive payout, why call off the divorce? If the marriage was irretrievable broken, why stop the legal process to end it? Now, this twist only made the whole saga more mysterious. The couple who kept their wedding secret was now keeping their reconciliation private too. Now, they haven't said a word about why the divorce was dropped. So the real shocking truth wasn't a $160 million scheme. It was that after all the chaos, as of late 2025, they are still legally husband and wife. Now, a year after their marriage almost ended 48 hours after it began, public records confirm it's still legally intact. The whole affair, the secret wedding, the immediate separation, the divorce filing, and the quiet withdrawal paints a picture of a relationship that is incredibly complex and completely unpredictable. Now, my conclusion. So, what do we make of this unbelievable saga? We walked through an 18-year friendship, a secret wedding, a 48-hour separation, a shocking divorce filing, and a wild $160 million rumor, and a quiet reconciliation that left them still married. Now, the story that started as a suspected money grab turned into something far more complicated and honestly more human. Was this just an elaborate publicity stunt? It's possible. But the legal findings suggest there's something more personal going on. Or is it this? It's just chaotic, this real life drama of two people who have been in each other's life for almost 20 years, trying to figure out a love that has never been simple. That seems more likely. Now, their relationship has always been a roller coaster, and this whole episode just feels like another dramatic loop in the ride. The story of Toni Braxton Birdman is a perfect example of why you can't always believe the headlines. Now, the truth is usually messier, more confusing, and far more interesting than any rumor. Now, what do you think this is really going on here? Was the $160 million rumor ever believable, or is this just the latest chapter in one of music's most unpredictable love stories? Now, or does Toni Braxton, did someone just help her and say, girl, you got to stay in the wedding, you got to stay in the marriage a little longer to get that money grab that you wanted? So maybe that's what she said. Well, let's call off the divorce. Let me stay married to this ninja for a couple of years, and then pow, then I'll get my money grab. I don't know. Let me know your theory in these comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video and share it with a friend who loves a good mystery. Thanks for watching, guys, and be blessed.